Some people start their week with coffee. Ale starts hers with ghosts, mysteries, and things that go bump in the night. Welcome to Macabre Mondays, the podcast where mysteries meet the macabre. Join Alejandra, a lifelong storyteller with a passion for the strange and spooky, as she shares chilling tales with her husband Tom, who's hearing them for the very first time. It's part marriage, part mayhem, and all mystery. Your weekly escape into haunted history, unsolved oddities, and the darker corners of life. New episodes drop every Monday, so ditch the morning blues and press play on something a little more macabre. Listen to Macabre Mondays wherever you get your podcasts. Canadian Creepies is recorded on the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, under the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. These lands and waters have been cared for since long before Canada existed, and they remain deeply important to Indigenous communities today. As we tell stories about darkness, injustice, and memory, I want to acknowledge the very real histories of colonization, violence, and erasure that Indigenous peoples continue to endure. A land acknowledgement can't undo that harm, but it is a reminder to keep listening, learning, and supporting in truth and reconciliation in meaningful ways. We share these stories not to forget, but to shine light, always with respect for peoples and nations whose land we live on. Canadian Creepies covers true crime, dark history, and disturbing events. Some episodes may include graphic descriptions or sensitive subject matter. We do our best to handle every story with care and respect for those affected. That said, we sometimes use humor and sarcasm as a way to process heavy content, never to disrespect victims, survivors, or their families. Listener discretion is advised. Just before we get into this episode, if you are familiar with the John Robinson case, the first half of this episode is going to absolutely infuriate you because I got everything from the date to the victim wrong. But we're keeping it in, and our discussions are still valid, and about halfway through, I do realize all the information is incorrect, and I self-correct. So, great. Enjoy. Thanks. The room was silent, but the kind of silence that presses down on your chest. Every eye was fixed on John Robinson, the man sitting just a few feet from the family whose world he'd shattered.
When the victim's family stood to speak, the entire courtroom shifted. There was no shouting, no theatrics, just pain. Raw, controlled, devastating.
I hope you never forget what you took from us, they said. Their voices didn't break, but everyone else's did.
And when the judge spoke, even his voice felt heavy, like he knew nothing in this room would ever feel truly resolved.
One man's life ended that day, but in the courtroom, nobody could forget the weight of what had happened.
Our creep of the week is John Robinson.
And on this episode, we follow the path that led to that moment. Ooh, and we have Kyle here this week with us.
Hello, it is me.
And it's his first time joining us in season 2.
Yes.
And we're happy to have him.
Yay.
Yay. And actually...
Tell me.
You gotta pause it first. We got some... somebody texted in.
Oh, nice.
And
yes.
On October 9th. Now, they're from Montreal, and the number ends in 5160. I can't text you back. So if you, whoever you are, if you want me to respond to you, send me an email. Or text me your email, and I can email you back.
Nice.
Do that same thing. Just text me your email, and I can email you back. But they said... in Quebec, we have to take French all the way throughout high school, and they go up to grade 11.
Yeah, wow.
I didn't know high school only went to grade 11 in Montreal, or in Quebec.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Or do they just take French
until grade 11?
To grade 11, and they still have a grade 12.
Please clarify. And they also asked what happened to Allie. Nothing has happened to Allie. She's alive and well, and we're still friends. She's a farm gal. Allie works on a farm, so she's busy.
Busy gal.
Yeah, she works on a farm, and it's like her family's farm, so... and she's had to take on a lot more responsibility this year, but she's itching to get back into the studio to record. So hopefully anytime within the next few episodes, we'll hear from Allie, and we're excited to have her back.
Yay.
But for this week, I decided to do something a little different and make a full-on Creep of the Week, a full-fledged Creep of the Week. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I'm over-explaining. It doesn't matter. So who is John Robinson?
Who?
Now, this was actually... this would have been an in-person Creep of the Week nomination, but it was a nomination for Creep of the Week nonetheless. I think
In-person nomination?
yeah, so somebody would have told me about John Robinson.
Gotcha.
So somebody told me about this guy, said he would be a perfect Creep of the Week, and apparently this isn't, from what I remember of the conversation, he also does have some dealings with some biker gangs.
Oh.
So this isn't the first time something like this has happened, which is why it's so impactful.
Okay, cool.
He's like known to like be involved in these types of incidents.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So this is what, well, it's not. But this is why he's Creep of the Week.
Yeah, makes for a fun story.
So his name is John Robinson, and as of January 2025, he was 29. He is from London, Ontario, Canada, and we'll get into his victim later. Or we might have to get into it now. And his victim, or the victim of the crime, was Chris Fowler, who was 35 years old.
Oh.
Yeah. So what happened? The incident occurred November 6th, 2021 at John Robinson's apartment in London, Ontario. Robinson and Chris Fowler were friends, or at the very least social acquaintances, but that night a fight broke out between them, and it's unsure if there was a party going on or if it was just the two of them hanging out.
Okay, but drinking was involved?
Drinking was involved, yes.
Gotcha.
Robinson, and from what I remember from this in-person conversation, like the drinking and fighting thing is a very, like the toxic masculinity thing is a very common theme for John Robinson, which is how he's earned himself Creep of the Week.
Okay, gotcha.
That night, a fight broke out between John and Chris, and Robinson punched Chris in the head and face multiple times, to the point where he suffered a traumatic brain injury as a result of the assault.
Damn.
And it's like, that's your buddy, I thought. Yeah. At least your acquaintance.
Yeah.
And instead of calling 911 immediately, Robinson allegedly delayed seeking help or minimized the seriousness.
Oh, yeah, like this didn't happen. This didn't happen.
Right? Or like, whatever, he'll be fine. He'll get up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Chris Fowler passed away from his injuries 11 days later on November 17th, 2021.
Damn. Yeah, that'd be so crazy. I was never that kind of
like
drinker.
A fighter.
No. I mean, I've just never been a fighter. I would wrestle a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
But fun boy wrestling.
Fun boy wrestling.
Not I was always the I thought I could break up the fight.
Right.
I was like, this, in my drunkenness or intoxication on various other substances.
You were the hero.
I was the hero.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to stop this fight. These men will listen to me.
They will listen. Yeah.
I didn't even know them. Why would they listen to me?
Yeah. God, I also did dumb stuff like that too. Just like putting myself in situations where... Why? What am I... I'm gonna stop them.
Yeah.
I can do it.
It's the white saviorism.
Yeah. Burns strong when you're drinking.
Yes, it does. Good thing we're off the sauce.
Good thing we're off the sauce.
We're off the sauce.
The two of us.
So Robinson's original charge, he was originally charged with second-degree murder in 2022. So first-degree murder. First-degree murder is intent to kill. Like you have to have planned to kill someone.
Yeah.
Second-degree murder is like heat of the moment, I think.
Okay.
And then manslaughter is accidental.
Oh, manslaughter sounds so much worse. It seems like
I know, that should be
the top one.
Let me just make sure. And I know I've done this before.
It's like first degree, you meant to kill him. Second degree, it was an accident. Third degree, you didn't mean to do it, but you slaughtered him.
Yeah.
You slaughtered the man.
You slaughtered him. In Canada, second-degree murder is defined as a deliberate killing that is not premeditated or planned and does not fall under the categories of first-degree murder. I don't know why I'm
just keep
ill.
it up. No, keep it up. It's good. This is good.
I'm sick today, everyone.
Do a character.
Ooh. Sorry about that. Okay. So Robinson was initially charged with second-degree murder. So they're saying he didn't premeditate the killing of his buddy, that it was a crime in the heat of passion.
Yeah.
But that it was deliberate. But then later, Robinson pleaded guilty to manslaughter, so he took a plea deal, acknowledging he caused Fowler's death, but without intent to kill. When you're punching someone in the face, though, I don't know. I've never been that kind of person, so it's hard for me to rationalize.
That's it, right? Like,
I was just punching them.
No.
What do you mean?
Like.
What do you mean you were just punching them? I've never been a scrapper like that.
I know, like, I've had buddies who were just like, they'd get so, but like, not even my personal friends. I would only hear stuff about people. Like, I can't understand ever being that. Uno momento. We have a child here. We say uno momento, but we pause it, so it's not a moment for anyone. You're right.
It's just
it was just as if the conversation had continued.
That's right. So Rob, what were we talking about? It doesn't matter.
I was saying that
that we're not scrappy people.
Yeah,
but some people are scrappy people.
I can't even get myself into that headspace where I'm like, oh, I'm so mad at you right now, but we're drinking, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not to the point of fisticuffs.
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels has done me dirty too many times.
Were you a hammer fist girl?
What does that mean?
Yeah, just like, psh, psh, psh.
No, I wasn't a hammer fist girl. It was more like...
Seems to be a common move.
Just like I'm like a straight... I boxed.
Yeah, that was way too natural.
Yeah, I boxed, so I know how to throw a proper punch.
Yeah.
Not that matters. We're not doing that. This is why I'm sober.
Fight.
This is why I'm sober.
Physically, with our fists.
We're not going to do that ever. I did used to box, and I used to drink Jack Daniels, and
while she boxed.
While I boxed, no, that's not true. But when I drank Jack Daniels, I would get particularly angry, which I'm sure anybody who drinks dark liquor understands. Or if the alcohol mixes with your blood like it does mine, which is why I don't drink anymore.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, and I don't want to throw fists. But I don't think I feel like I would ever only throw fists in defense of myself.
I like that. Sure. That's good.
And I was a bartender.
Yeah. So yeah, you needed to.
So I wasn't scrappy, but I was like a defensive scrappy, I would say.
Yeah. A defensive scrapsman.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Nonsense
okay.
For me.
So John Robinson pleaded guilty to manslaughter, acknowledging he caused Fowler's death, but without intent to kill.
Okay.
Why manslaughter instead of murder? The court accepted that the killing was not premeditated. It occurred during a spontaneous altercation. However, excessive violence was used, and Robinson neglected to get help quickly. Manslaughter in Canada is the unlawful killing without the intent to cause death.
Okay.
In January 2025, John Robinson was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but at that time he had already served 1 year.
Yeah.
So he got credit. So 1 year for time already served. So as of January 2025, his remaining time is 5 years.
Mom, where did the Gatorade?
So the effective remaining time was... So as of January 2025, he only has to serve 5 years for punching his friend to death.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Fowler's family members spoke during the sentencing. They expressed devastation and said Fowler was a kind and loving father figure, and I'll get more into that later.
Okay.
And they stated that they would never forgive Robinson.
Yeah.
Robinson also addressed the court. He said he was sorry and took responsibility, but his apology was seen by some as too little too late. The courtroom was highly emotional, and some family members cried, yelled, or had to step out. And there was visible tension between supporters of each side. And we'll get more into the courtroom.
Okay.
As it happened. Or as we'll get more into the courtroom. I'm sick, so we're going to get more into the courtroom. My mind's all over the place, and that's where this episode is today.
Okay.
Why does this case matter? It highlights how quickly violence between friends can escalate. Robinson and Fowler were not strangers. This wasn't a random attack. It was a social moment that turned deadly. And honestly, I've had like these moments with friends. Like when you're drinking too much and somebody like, you said you didn't. And I was like, me either. And I'm like flashbacking. I have.
You have? And they've turned deadly?
Not deadly, but you know, they get
really
angry
heated?
or pushy or grabby because they're drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely been around moments like that where it was happening, but I can't really remember anyone that I know that's like my good buds.
Oh, you get all happy drunks.
For the most part. Maybe sometimes with other people at the bars.
Yes.
Yeah, with like strange folk.
Yes.
That we didn't know.
This case also raises questions about intent versus responsibility. So Robinson didn't intend to kill. It's so fucked up. He intended to hurt him though.
Yeah.
But he used significant force and then did not act quickly to get help, which shows to me that he was scared he was going to get in trouble for beating up his friend. Which just cowardice. This case also shows the emotional complexity of manslaughter cases. With murder, there's a clear villain. With accident, there's no blame. And manslaughter lives in the gray area. This makes this case emotionally heavy and morally complex. It also drew out strong community interest. London, Ontario followed the case in local media, and families on both sides were very vocal. As well, everyone debated, was 6 years enough? Should intent matter more or impact? Does remorse reduce guilt? Yeah, well, I know it's like, well, because he said sorry, you know, but, This case also humanizes both sides. The victim was loved. The accused wasn't a career criminal. Well, the rumors are otherwise.
Oh?
Well, not that he was a career criminal, but that he was like the person who nominated this case was like, got short man syndrome. It's one of those people.
Okay.
And he did have dealings with certain biker gangs who will go unnamed. So was he a career criminal?
Right.
I think the jury's still out on that.
Yeah, could be. The
tragedy also shows how one night can destroy multiple lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to do the next one?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. What led to the violence? An argument or confrontation broke out between the two men. Details about what sparked the fight are not fully clear in the article
that I used for research.
There you go. But we know it escalated very quickly. There was no evidence of weapons, so he definitely just used his fists.
Wow.
Boom, boom. Robinson punched Fowler multiple times, primarily in the head and face. Man. These were not just one hit. The court recognized the force used was significant and went beyond self-defense or a single blow.
Yeah, because if somebody's coming at you and you punch them once, there's also like forensic science that can go through, like the forensics. Yeah. Can go through and check out Chris's like defensive wounds.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And see how much force was actually used.
They can get to the nitty-gritty of...
They know. They're smart. They're 100% smarter than John Robinson.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And that's why they're not in jail.
That's right.
Yeah. Where things went... I mean, and then also, like, if he's willing, if he's the kind of, like, drunk where he's, like, drunk enough to be, like, blows to death kind of thing... I feel like that means he's the kind of person who could have committed other crimes. You know what I mean?
Totally.
If you've got that in you.
If you've got that in you to...
That bad dog in you.
Yeah, to repeatedly punch someone until they, like, die.
Yeah.
You should just go... And then what? You're going to say you're sober when you get out of prison,
Sober,
and then you're gonna
Jesus, or both.
and then you're gonna get back on the sauce again and kill someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everybody can change their ways, I guess.
Yeah, everybody could change their ways. Some little voice for you there. Where things went wrong, 2 critical failures occurred. One violent and one passive. Interesting. Repeated strikes was part of the violence inflicted. Major head trauma. Fowler likely lost consciousness or became disoriented. Okay. So that's all the violence inflicted. Failure to seek help. So after assaulting him, Robinson did not immediately call 911. Instead, there was a delay in getting medical attention, possibly hours.
Oh my God.
The Crown argued that this delay contributed to Fowler's death. Had he received urgent treatment, he may have survived. But he put it off. So it seems like there's maybe intent on covering it up, or
or he thought he was already dead, and he was like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?"
Just trying to plan it, yeah.
Or he thought he was like, didn't hit him that hard, and he's
like, "Wake up, man!
Yeah, come on, bro, I didn't hit you that hard.
Quit playing around."
Yeah.
Fowler was taken to the hospital later after symptoms worsened. He suffered a traumatic brain injury. He died 11 days later on November 17th, 2021. Whoa. You probably said that already. Police response. Once Fowler was hospitalized and the injuries were linked to Robinson, police investigated the assault. Robinson was arrested. The severity of the injuries elevated the case from assault to homicide investigation.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if he went with him to the hospital.
I doubt it.
Or just sent them.
He probably left and called 911 and was like, there's a beat up guy but it was his apartment. It was John's apartment, so he couldn't have left. He would have had to have been there.
Yeah, once Fowler was hospitalized and the injuries were linked to Rob. Yeah, like they weren't immediately linked. So he probably didn't right out the gate say, "Hey, I beat the shit out of my best friend."
Yeah.
Or my whatever
my
friend.
Buddy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Initial charge, 2nd-degree murder. Why murder? The Crown likely argued Robinson's assault demonstrated intent to cause serious harm. Delayed help showed recklessness or indifference to life. The violence was excessive. However, as the case moved through the system, several key factors changed the direction. There was no weapon used. It was not premeditated. It occurred during a spontaneous altercation. Robinson eventually took responsibility. Yeah. He entered a plea. Robinson pleaded guilty to manslaughter. This plea was accepted. So final charge, manslaughter. Unlawful killing without intent to cause death. This charge reflects that he caused the death. He used excessive force. He failed to help, but he did not plan to kill. Yeah. Yeah. So it was not a random crime. They knew each other. The fight was sudden, but the violence was severe. The delay in calling for help is morally significant, right? Both action and inaction contributed to his death.
Yep.
The legal system struggled with how to classify the case.
Why?
Right? The courtroom was emotionally charged because the line between accident and murder felt blurred.
It's when you're punching someone in the face a whole bunch.
Yeah, I know. It's like a TV show.
It honestly is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the legal journey.
Okay.
The charges and legal definition. So as we said, the original charge was 2nd-degree murder, which makes the most sense. But unfortunately, with the Canadian legal system, a lot of things are plea bargained out. I do think there should be some instances where things are not allowed to be plea bargained out, such as child sexual assault,
right,
or any sort of sexual assault.
Right.
I should not allowed to be plea bargained out.
Yeah.
Or murder.
Yeah.
Murder should not be allowed to be plea
Those are the big ones, I feel.
Plea bargained out either. But that being said, I'm not a lawyer. Maybe there's a reason for them.
Yeah. There's people with...
Maybe I'm speaking out of my ass.
You talking out of your ass.
Yeah. So the original charge was 2nd-degree murder, and it was filed after Fowler's death.
Okay.
As we said, second-degree murder in Canada means the accused caused the death with the intent to cause bodily harm that they knew was likely to kill, but without premeditation. That seems like the right charge for this guy. The Crown's initial stance was that repeated blows to the head were severe.
Yeah.
The delay in calling 911 showed disregard for life, and therefore Robinson likely knew his actions could cause death. Yes.
Yeah. Yes to all that.
Even if you're panicking in the moment, those moments where you're fucking panicking about your actions that you just took, someone's gonna die now.
Yeah.
Or be severely injured.
Yeah.
So manslaughter is unlawful homicide without the intent to kill. So this is usually used in like drunk driving cases. It's also usually accepted when violence occurs in the moment. There's no planning. The accused did not mean to kill, but their actions caused death, or they failed to prevent death when responsible. And why was John's was reduced because there was no weapons. It was a spontaneous fight. But who's to say it was a spontaneous fight? That's only John saying that. Chris isn't around. For all we know, they were beefing for a week or a couple days.
They could have been.
For all we know, Chris went over there to try and squash the beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And instead his beef got squashed.
Hey. Prosecutors may have been uncertain they could prove intent beyond reasonable doubt. Oh, so that's another reason, because prosecutors were unsure. And the plea deal avoids lengthy trial and trauma for the family. Yeah, but now isn't it? So what's more traumatic, taking them through a trial that's going to get him 15 years to life, or not taking them through a trial and now he's only in for, it's 2025 now, so he's got, a couple years left?
Yeah.
He's going to be out again, ready to drink and punch another person up, because we know our prison system doesn't rehabilitate anyone.
No.
It does. Nobody's set up for success.
Right.
Okay.
You need to go to Finland.
Yeah. So let's go defense versus prosecution.
Okay.
Prosecution, or the Crown, argued that Robinson's attack was violent and excessive. He and Fowler were not evenly matched, and Fowler suffered serious head trauma. Crucially, Robin delayed calling for help. This delay likely contributed to Fowler's death. He had a duty of care once the harm was done. So everybody listening, you have a duty of care.
Duty of care.
If you commit harm to someone, you officially have duty of care. You have to make sure that they are getting help. Fowler was left to die rather than helped, and therefore Robinson was responsible for the death. The defense argued... we all have to have defense.
Right. Everybody gets a defense.
Everybody gets a defense. The defense argued there was no intent to kill. Now, listen, I'm not saying Robinson had an intent to kill. What I'm saying is his irresponsibility, his lack of foresight, his lack of responsibility for the situation. That's what should be punished as well, in addition to the life lost.
Yeah.
Right? Whether there was intent or not, it still happened.
Yeah.
So there was no intent to kill. The altercation was spontaneous, not premeditated. Again, we don't know that as a fact because we don't have Chris's side of the story. We don't know how the hangout even started happening or what the altercation was. Robinson may have been intoxicated or emotionally overwhelmed. You know what? I have been emotionally overwhelmed a lot. I haven't recently punched anyone to the point of death. He eventually showed Recently. He eventually showed remorse and accepted responsibility. He pleaded guilty, avoiding a painful trial for the family. Who's deciding that? Did the family decide that? Did the family say, I don't want a trial? Yeah. And they're saying he was not a career criminal. But again, I think that's just the media saying that. And I think people who are in London probably can send me a text and tell me more about John Robinson.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The defense's position is that he made a tragic, impulsive mistake, but he is not a murderer.
I see. Okay.
I think he is a murderer.
Maybe by definition alone.
But he punched someone to the point of death.
Yeah. So he murdered them.
And that person is not a responsible member of society.
No.
Did you?
Maybe.
Support reproductive justice in Niagara. Niagara Reproductive Justice is a grassroots collective based in the Niagara Region of Ontario, working to increase visibility and access to sexual and reproductive health care. They support people seeking abortion and other essential care by offering transportation, financial assistance, logistical help, and emotional support. Here's how you can help. You can make a one-time donation. Send an e-transfer to niagarareproductivejustice@gmail.com. Your support helps cover costs like gas for volunteer drivers, overnight stays, childcare, and other urgent needs. You can also support monthly via Patreon. Join their Patreon and support the cause month to month. It's patreon.com/Niagara Reproductive Justice. And you can volunteer your time. NRJ is always looking for volunteers to help with driving, outreach, admin support, and community organizing. If you're looking to make a real impact in the Niagara region, this is a great place to start. Contact them via email or DM them on Instagram or Facebook to learn more. You can find them on Instagram at Niagara Reproductive Justice and on Facebook at Niagara Reproductive Justice. Help amplify access to reproductive care right here in our own backyard. Whether you donate, volunteer, or spread the word, you're a part of the movement. You. Yeah, you. Still haunting the same old fast fashion? Time to dig up something better with Back from the Dead Goods, a Canadian small business where forgotten threads get a second life and sustainability meets spooky. This isn't just upcycled clothing. It's resurrected fashion with an eerie edge. Handpicked, reworked, and revived, every piece is as unique as a ghost story whispered at midnight. And because you're a part of the Canadian Creepies family, you get an exclusive deal. Use code Canadian Creepies at checkout for 10% off. Find them lurking on Instagram, Etsy, and Poshmark. Links are in the episode description. Give your wardrobe a second chance at life, if you dare. Looking for your next obsession? The Creators Collective Podcasts is your gateway to the dark, the chilling, and the downright fascinating. We're a community of independent podcasts with one goal: to share the best in true crime, paranormal tales, folklore, and unexplained mysteries. Whether you crave cold cases that won't stay closed, haunted histories that refuse to be forgotten, or stories that make you sleep with the lights on, there's a show waiting for you in the collective. And when you join us, you're not just listening to one podcast. You're stepping into a world of creators who love this stuff as much as you do. Check out the Creators Collective today. Follow the link in our show notes to discover your next favorite podcast. We'll be waiting for you. All right, creeps, real quick. If you've got a Canadian business or project that you want to reach our spooky little corner of the podcast world, we've got ad space available on Canadian Creepies. And hey, if you're an artist, activist, podcast host, musician, writer, content creator, actor, or just someone with a strange or chilling story to tell, we'd love to hear from you too. We're always open to collaborations with folks who vibe with our creepy, curious little corner of Canada. Email us at CanadianCreepiesPodcast@gmail.com and let's get weird together. Victim's name. Victim's name is not Chris Fowler.
Hey.
And this is... fuck. I think I did everything wrong in this.
Leave it in.
I'm leaving it in.
It's raw. This is the real stuff.
The family of Clifford Fairfield. So this is an old photo. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hold on. I don't even know.
Wait, you know, this is the real stuff right here, you guys.
I'm sick. Okay.
This is real reporting. Valerie has been sick literally all day. Just sleeping it off.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to read this whole article.
Okay.
I'm going to read this whole article.
All batting in. Batting down.
Okay, so this is from, but this is the thing. Everything we just talked about Timing, everything wrong.
Oh no.
Because
no.
I know, yeah, because this article says it was published in 2018. So I did I did absolutely everything wrong. So
wait, the whole episode?
No, maybe not the whole episode. I don't know. I'll read this article and then we're gonna call it.
Okay.
And this is gonna be our Creep of the Week episode. Like, I don't know what else to do. Really fucked up on this one. Okay.
That's really, I want to say it's very funny.
It's hilarious.
This is very funny to me.
So the family of Clifford Fair, not Chris Fowler.
How is that spelled?
Clifford, Clifford.
Okay.
Fair, Fair.
Okay.
The family of Clifford Fair accused his killer of getting away with murder, so that's John Douglas Robinson,
Okay.
in an emotional victim impact statement in a Woodstock courtroom.
Woodstock.
Okay. John Robinson was sentenced to 15 years in prison, so with time served, he will spend another 2 years in a federal penitentiary after pleading guilty last month to manslaughter.
Wait, so he is serving 15 years. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. Keep going.
It's like the narrative just took over. Okay, so the court system has failed to get justice for Clifford, said Clifford's stepmother, Heather Meadows. This has taken a tremendous toll on our family. Robinson has admitted to hitting Fair, who lived in Woodstock, with a padded pipe in 2008.
Oh my God. And
burying his body in the backyard of Robinson's Princess Street apartment in Woodstock. So
definite intent to kill.
That's definite intent to kill. Okay.
With there was a weapon.
There was a weapon. My research was so wrong. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is welcome to podcasting. Okay, so Robinson later dug up the body and dismembered it before reburying it.
Holy shit.
Meadows said
to like disperse
he dismembered it before reburying it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We're going to find out in this article.
Okay.
Meadows, so the stepmom of Clifford, said she and Clifford's mother, Pauline, weren't consulted before the Oxford Crown's office offered Robinson a plea deal of manslaughter.
Oh.
This is so much worse than what I was saying.
This is absolutely worse.
Last summer, the court... this is written in 2018. So in 2017, the Court of Appeal in Ontario ordered a new trial on the charge of second-degree murder after finding there were errors in the judge's instruction to jurors in a 2012 trial that resulted in a first-degree murder conviction.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to say what manslaughter is again, because I've been over it 16 times this episode. And in 2008, Robinson, John, the Creep of the Week, who dismembered someone's body, lived in an apartment with his girlfriend, Amy Gilbert. According to the agreed statement of facts, they were both alcoholics and suffered from mental illness. That's exactly what I was saying. Their relationship was often turbulent, including Robinson's 2007 conviction of assaulting Gilbert. So he
has a criminal record.
So he is a career criminal.
He
is a career criminal.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So Heather Meadows has said this has taken a tremendous toll on our family. Obviously, yes.
Of course.
On September 27th, 2008, Clifford, a casual friend of Gilbert, of the girlfriend, showed up at the couple's apartment around 9 p.m. and began drinking beer with them.
Okay.
Fair had moved to Woodstock from the Shoal Lake Reserve in Manitoba in 2003. Oh, so Clifford was Indigenous. After drinking for a couple of hours, Robinson decided it was time for Fair to leave and suggested it several times to Fair, who dismissed the idea. Robinson was worried Fair was cutting into their beer supply and potentially intimate time with his girlfriend. Robinson also claimed some of his belongings were in Fair's backpack.
Okay.
Testimony from Gilbert described Robinson So Amy was there. So there was a witness.
Uh-huh.
So testimony but it was his girlfriend, so a corrupt witness. So testimony from Gilbert described Robinson striking Fair, who was much larger than Robinson, from behind with a padded aluminum end of a pipe. After the first blow, Fair started to get up and threatened Robinson, who hit him with the pipe a second time, striking him in the head and shoulder area. So there was a fucking weapon used.
Yeah.
There was a weapon used.
There was a weapon used.
I'm never doing that again. We're just reading the article.
Yeah.
For Creep of the Week next time, I'm just going to read the article I found.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Fair fell backward into the wall and died within moments. So there was no stay at the hospital. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, what were we reading
So who is
before?
Chris Fowler then?
What were we reading?
I don't know. I think ChatGPT maybe made that up.
You were consulting ChatGPT for some of the research, and it ran with its own narrative.
It runs with its yeah, and that's why. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't need to use ChatGPT if I have the time to do the research, or if I have somebody who wants to do the research.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody who loves to research true crime, and just wants to do it as a passion project, and then I'll pay them eventually, yes. For now, I'm left to my own devices.
Yeah.
And I work jobs, and I want to do this.
You work several jobs.
I work
You're a mom.
I'm a mom. I'm volunteering, but I got to get this information out, and I got to get my opinion out.
Yeah. And
so I use ChatGPT to help me from time to time. I do.
Yes. I love this honesty moment. This is good.
I do, and
there's nothing wrong.
And it really fucked me over this time. It really fucked me over this time.
Is there a chance that this has happened in the past? I shouldn't put that notion out there, but is there? Do you think there's a chance?
Yeah, but Amanda's caught it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I've caught it.
And you've caught it.
I've caught it.
Yeah, but you were
usually I catch it real
today.
time. Yeah, usually I catch it real time.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Because it reads like it's a fucking real story. Where did it get this? It made a whole man up.
It made up a whole victim. Okay.
Oh my god. L-O
freaking L.
L freaking L.
Okay.
Okay.
So after Clifford died.
This is a fun story time.
Fuck. After Clifford died, Robinson told his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Creep of the Week told his girlfriend he never meant to hurt, much less kill Clifford. You hit him twice with an aluminum pipe. I think you did.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Robinson then buried Fair in a shallow grave in their backyard. A day or two later, he dug up the body, dismembered it, and buried it in several locations and covered it with quicklime to hide the smell. Oh my Jesus.
What is quicklime?
Like lime. Like, I don't know, like the solvent. Lime, like lime. I don't know how else to say it. Not the fruit.
I know the fruit and I know the scale, but I don't know.
Scale of lime?
Lime scale.
What's the lime scale?
That's what builds up in, I think in your pipes or your showers and shit. I don't know. Is that the same thing?
I don't know.
But good enough.
Okay.
I just know how the music's all right.
That's right. Pauline Fair, Clifford's mother, went to police in October 2008 claiming she had not heard from her son since September 18th, and he was listed as missing. She said, I have cried almost every day for 10 years since my son didn't show up that Sunday at my home, said Fair outside the courtroom. In November 2008, during a night out in a Woodstock bar, Amy, the girlfriend, confided to a friend that Robinson had killed Clifford. Robinson then admitted to killing Clifford in a phone call to his ex-wife. It's always the ex-wives they'll admit it to.
Interesting.
Amy and John were both arrested on November 12th in 2008. Police uncovered Clifford's head and torso in his backyard, but didn't locate his arms until a year later after Robinson told them where to look.
Fuck. Yeah.
That's the end of the article.
Okay. Damn. So different story.
Different story.
More gruesome and evil.
Way more gruesome. That's why I had him as Creep of the Week. I was like, I'm really shooting for like the thematic.
Wait. So there was no biker gangs?
No, that's still true.
That's still true.
That's still true.
Okay.
I know he was like the person who nominated him said he
did some of the biker shit.
Yeah, he's a known criminal.
Yeah.
He's a known criminal, and then...
But he's a lot murderier than we expected.
Way more murderier, way more body dismemberier.
Yeah. Yeah. Bless you.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
It's a really raw episode.
Yeah. Valerie literally opened her eyes and then came over here and sat down to record.
Okay.
Hold
on. I googled John Douglas Robinson because I want to see.
Okay.
If there's. Oh no.
John Douglas Robinson.
No, I can't find anything else I want to include about him. If there's anything else, we'll update this Creep of the Week. This has been a lovely episode. John Robinson, he's our Creep of the Week. He killed Clifford Fair, dismembered the body in the backyard.
Hit him with a padded pipe,
and then tried to say he had no intent to kill.
Yeah.
And that's fucking...
Bad.
That's bad.
Fucking bad.
It's bad. And
it's bad to do that.
Hey, if you want to nominate a Creep of the Week, if you even trust me, after this episode to research anything at all,
or is your Creep of the Week Valerie?
Or am I the Creep of the Week? Could it be me for fucking this up completely? But hey, we're getting an episode out.
Yep, that's right.
And you got to learn something.
You did. The real Creep of the Week is artificial intelligence.
That's right. The real Creep of the Week is ChatGPT for lying.
That's right.
As well, you can send me an email at CanadianCreepiesPodcast@gmail.com.
Please do.
You can follow us on Instagram at Canadian Creepies. And you can follow... I don't have a Canadian Creepies TikTok or Facebook page yet because I'm just doing it through my personal. So you can follow me, Radio Valerie.
Love it. Do it. Follow those things.
Please. Email me. Tell me your cases. I'll do my best with them, but I promise nothing.
We promise nothing.
Nothing. Thank you to Kyle McDonald for editing and composing our theme song.